So we've got some changes to the Model B Plus board versus the Model B. You see down this side, we now have 4 USBs instead of 2. We've been able to bring these back in, so they now line up nicely with the edge of the board. We have 4 squarely placed mounting holes here, and nice rounded corners to the board. Been able to grow the GPIO connector from 26 pins, as it was before, out to 40 pins. And then a few other fit and finish modifications. In particular, we've taken the analog video, which was previously on a large RCA jack. We moved on to a 4th pole of the audio jack down here. Also brought the power jack round from here to here on the board, so we now only have connectors coming out on 2 sides of the board. This makes it much easier to produce an attractive case for the Pi. So, Model A Plus, as you can see, eerily similar to the Model B Plus, but with the side cut off. So on the Model B Plus, we come out to about here with 4 USB ports and an Ethernet jack. Those are absent from this board, and using the space freed up by removing the Ethernet adapter, we've been able to take this single USB connector and move that in. Other than that, identical to a Model B Plus and compatible with the hat standard. In fact, a hat is exactly the same size as this, so if you place a hat will go on top of that and form a nice little stack with it.
So when you redesigned the computer this summer, what were the main targets with this redesign?
Most of the design decisions that we made around B+, that James Adams, who's my director of hardware engineering, implemented for the B+, it's user feedback on the Model B. You know, what did people like about the Model B? What didn't they like about Model B? So they liked the size, they liked the cost. I think they liked our choice of silicon that we put on there. What didn't they like? Not enough USB ports. A lot of people were having to add an external hub. Not enough GPIO. We were actually quite GPIO starved on the original Model B Pi. Now we've got a 40-pin connector, and we bring out, nearly 30 GPIO connections. Power consumption, obviously, there's an opportunity, and we'd always talked about this, an opportunity to trim back our power consumption by a watt or so. So going and claiming that was a big plus for us.
But at the same time, one of the great things about Raspberry Pi is the stability form factor wise. How much do you dare to dabble with that?
I think we're done now. I think we've said that there were suboptimal things about the form factor of the Model B, particularly the position of the mounting holes, and so we've and also we had a USB connector. Famously, we had a USB connector that kind of overhung the edge of the board. So now we fixed those things with the B+. I think we've kind of nailed our colours to the mast, and we've said any future Raspberry Pi product will have that form factor.
But then came the A+, and
apart from the A+.
and the A+, it was, at least to me, kind of a surprise that you made a whole new layout, so to say. What's the reason behind that?
Right. So the nice thing about the A+ is the core bit of the board, so the bit with the mounting holes, the bit with the GPIO connector, those parts of the board remain the same between the B+ and the A+. What we've taken the opportunity to do is just trim off a lot of dead board area from the side. There are people who were finding that the Model B Plus was a little bit too big for their projects. So by kind of trimming back that unused board area, we were able to give people a little bit of reduction in form factor, but without breaking the hat standard. In July, we introduced this hat standard, which is a kind of shield standard for Raspberry Pi.
That's a concept that you copied from Arduino, you could say?
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's certainly a concept I believe originated with Arduino. We thought there was some value in standardizing we don't object to people building add-on boards that aren't hats, but I think there's value just in standing up and saying, all else being equal, we'd love it if you built a board which was this shape. The nice thing about the A+, because the core area of the board is still intact, we retain compatibility with the hat standard.